Sorry love, can't stop, it's reassembly night. Get an Uber. Folks, we just found Cousin Eddie. He was moonlighting upstairs. So if I put him in the top here and we do these forks up. Right. Done. Both caps are back in. So I'm going to have to make some room here because I need to get here to put the forks back in. So I've just tightened the bearings down on the top tree here. I used my C spanner, and it's called a C spanner because it's the shape of a C, and then it hooks into the lugs like so, and then you can whack it round to tighten them up, and then that's done. That's not coming undone now, so that's good. So I think what I need to do now, I don't know, can I don't think I can bollock that top one down anymore. I think that's it. So that's there. And then I need to put the tree back on the top, which goes on like so, as far as I can remember. And then there's a washer that does up on the top of it. I'm just going to go and check in the manual whether there's like a rubber washer or anything between this and this, otherwise it's metal on metal, which to me seems a bit odd. Right, this is going to be interesting because I have no idea how these forks are going to go on here. I'm assuming this goes down through here and lines up. Yep, like so. So, fork through the bottom one first. Let's grab a fork, which is the left hand one. That's the left, I think. Yep, that's the left hand one. So I'll do the one nearest to you first. And that ain't going in there, is it? We'll have to open that up a bit. Hence, I did bring a trusty screwdriver. Right, I'll just need the little hammer first. Hold 5. And the big question is, here we are. Dead blow hammer. Let's open that up a bit. Right. Can we get that in there now? Oh, jeez. Why is nothing on this bike ever straightforward? It's not having any of that, is it? Right, hang on. God almighty. Right, what about now? Right, gone in. There we go. Right, I don't know which way these controls go. Do they go around the side of it or around the back? Oh, I can't remember. What is this? Oh, it's the throttle. So that's going that side anyway. So it doesn't really matter, does it? Does it go behind? Oh, we'll go behind it anyway. Right, so that's got to continue to come up to about there. Then we've got this switch needs to go on. which I'm never going to get on there. Oh, and there's a circlip that needs to go on here as well. Which goes on the forks. He says, famous last words. Come on. There we go. Right. And then this, somehow, oh, for God's sake, goes on here. Allegedly. Do you ever get the feeling that you just really, really can't be asked to do this? Right, so that's got to go like that. And then the hole for the fork is at the back. Right, I mean, sort of, kind of. I might have to give this a bit of a gentle persuasion. Can't see. I'll be back, hang on. Would you credit it? I turned the blinking camera off and it went straight in. Right, and then, oh, hang on. Then there's another washer. Has to go on here. Here. Like so. And then this. Goes in there. Oh, and I've put it on the wrong way round. Like so. That's it. Right. That's what it looks like. So, it's just, I don't know what this screw for. No, that screw doesn't hold it in. Let's take the screwdriver out. Hopefully that won't fall out. I'm just going to put a little blanket underneath. That's sort of got the fork back in. I'm just worried if this falls out, so I need to get some bolts to hold in there. Hold on. So I found a bag saying lower yoke. I've got the 4 bolts that go in here. There's 2 other bolts which I'm assuming are the ones that go in here, but I don't know what they're for. So I'm going to put the bag back. I'll put the 4 bolts in here. And then I'll, at some point, see what those bolts cover. Right, I'm going to put some copper grease on these bolts when I put them in. Because we don't want to run a repeat of what we saw last time. Where lots of bolts were seized. So we'll have a good liberal coating of copper grease on these ones. All the way up, particularly around the top. And you can see the rust forming on the bottom of that one. Give that a good bit of grease on there. That one can start to go in. And then next time I'll come to take these forks apart, hopefully, with the copper grease acting as a anti-seize agent, they should just come straight apart. Well, if I ever have to take them apart again, I'm hoping not to have to do this again. Into there. Right, let me get the Allen key and we'll torque these up. Right, one down, on to the next one. So, did I grease all this up? Yeah, I did. I'll just put my hand in it. Great. Oh, hang on, we've got to open it up with the screwdriver, haven't we? Otherwise, we stand no hope in hell's chance of getting this fork in. There we go. job. Right, up to there. Then we want, oh, we've got to go through this ring again, haven't we? Oh, Jesus. There we go. Right, and we want the rubber gasket. Oh. Bloody hell. Oh, I've got it in, it's got to come out again. Yeah, no, it's got to come out. Come on. Didn't put the circlip on. Oh. Right, now that in there. That back on again. Like so. Then the rubber gasket over the top. What's the likelihood of this lining up? Pretty darn good actually. Look at that. Right, let's take that out of there. Leave that there for a minute. I'm going to quickly grease up these bolts. I'll be back. Right, so shove the forks up to the top. Give this a good whirl around. I'm not going to whack this up as tight as I can do it, just in case we have to undo it, do some adjustments. Oh, look at that, then the forks are in. That looks really nice, I'm well pleased with that. You can see what I'm looking at now, look. Lovely. Right, we'll put the bit across here. Yeah, what did I do with that? I saw that the other day. I bet some of you out there spotted the deliberate mistake, because I've just spotted it. How am I going to get my headlamp round to the front here with the fork in the way? Oh, fork. Right, I've taken the air suspension off. These are hanging here but bolted in. I need to hoik all the wiring out, sort all the cables and everything, so I think I'm going to put the handlebars on just to hook up all the cables, then sort out all the routing for that, then push the forks up. Then I know exactly where everything goes. So I'm just going to go and find the handlebars, which I think I saw, yeah, they're laying over there. So it didn't look like all of this was going to go together, but you put the bracket onto the headlight here with the indents on this bracket facing forward, then you put in your brake crossover thing with the big lug sticking out to the left hand side, put your two Allen bolts in and it goes in perfectly. Now obviously I've still got to adjust the forks and put the little crossover tube in. I'm trying to look at the moment as to where these cables go. Now my first gut feel is they go around the outside, but I think I found a routing diagram. So once I get that sorted, and then we've got obviously these odd wires laying about, I can get the front end there, but I'm actually pretty close. If you come back down here a little bit and look, that looks so much better than what it did do before. So we're getting there. And I'll show all the routings in this, because because I lost all my original footage and my photos when I took this apart. I've lost all my references to put the blooming thing back together. So yeah, not very helpful. So anyway, we'll continue on with getting this back together, and we'll see what the next thing is. I need to at some point bolt. I've got the ignition laying up here loose, sitting there. Then this sort of spins round like so, and then I've got to get the ignition, which comes out the headlight like so. Ah, right, now I've got it. That bolts into the back of the headlight and then bolts under there and sits in that little crevice. Now if I can find the screws, put the ignition in, we'll get that bolted in. Nice.